were doing the same stuff that they hated on Al Heyman for. When Al Heyman came into the game, everybody pulled out a lawsuit on Al Heyman because he was supposedly overpaying the fighters. But now Turkey is getting praised for doing the same thing. So I mean, it's two faced with a lot of these people because they didn't have the connection with Al Heyman and everybody. So it was everything was against Al Heyman. But now that Turkey's in here and Turkey is actually breaking bread with these people, they giving him praise instead of giving him the same treatment that they gave Al Heyman.
So what you think
One,
about this,
right.
BNN? I definitely I'm gonna go to BNN, then I want to hear from Crush, and then I want to hear
Uh,
from my man Prize. Go ahead, BNN. What you
yeah.
think about this?
I mean, I actually like it. I think Turkey Al Sheik is actually good for boxing. I think the PBC kind of ran out of money. Listening to Deontay Wilder and some of the other boxers, I think the PBC is kind of they basically don't really have the money that they used to have. If you look and see exactly what's going on, a lot of the other promoters are kind of partnering up with Turkey Al Sheik right now. So
hmm
everybody but the PBC has partnered up with Turkey Al Sheik. So it's really PBC, and then it's Turkey Al Sheik. So at the end of the
Can I
day, with the fights that he's making, man, I think right now you really can't protect that O anymore
hmm
because he's presenting those fights that you can't really run from anymore. And to be honest with you, I think that's the only reason why Tank don't want to go over there because he won't be able to protect that O if he
mm,
goes over there. To
mm.
be honest with you,
can
straight
I
up,
can
Okay,
I re,
look.
can
I'm
I rebut that? Can I rebut that
Oh,
real
hold on,
quick?
yeah,
hold on.
rebut it.
Before you rebut that,
Da da da
let
da.
me bring
Let
Crush in
Crush
here before you.
let Crush and
Let me
me
get
go.
Crush in
Then
here.
free.
I
Yeah.
got it,
Then
Prize. I got it. Go ahead. Let me have Crush get in here before you go back. Go ahead, Crush.
Hey yo, salute to the panel, salute to the chat. Real quick, and I'm gonna keep it moving. Man, all this glazing this dude turkey, man. He what is he doing? There ain't nobody else that done. All it's about he giving us the fights. I speak for your doggone self. How you know he's giving me the fights that I asked for?
mm,
Most of them fights that he put together, I did not ask for. Speak for yourself, and most of y'all capping.
mm,
Because y'all know good and darn well, just like myself, y'all didn't ask for most of these doggone matches. Stop the cap. He's
mm.
doing an okay job. Boxing is still at the 17th place. What is he doing? Everybody's acting like he's a savior. Savior to what? Savior to what? He putting together some okay matches. But the last time I checked, and the numbers I don't care about, but since the people talk about the numbers, he can't be doing too good. He's been losing money. How good is he doing?
uh,
What are we talking about? Putting together
bars.
some okay stuff, but to say that somebody don't want to go over there because he gonna lose, it don't matter who the promoter is. If he get in the ring with him with red, white, and blues, the promoter, whoever, somebody gonna win, somebody gonna lose. But to
Mm.
say that he's like man, like come on, man. Cause all these dudes y'all talking about that could beat this man. I'm tired of this nonsense. Tell those dudes to holler at the boy and put the pressure on him, and then we can see what's going on. And I pass the mic.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I mean.
Go ahead. Hold on. Before you go, Prize. Let my man Free get in here with that rebut. Go ahead, Free.
Well, you should let
All right.
me. Go ahead.
Now I just want to say because BNN said uh PBC don't have the money like they used to, and everybody is joining forces with Turkey. Well, my rebut to that is it seems like everybody else don't have the money like they used to, and PBC does because they not joining the forces with Turkey. They lend him a fighter here and there, but they doing their own card. So it seems like they does have the money. They still doing the same thing they always been doing. They pay out a low guarantee, and you make your money on the back end. That's what they've always done. So it doesn't seem like they don't have the money. It seems like everybody else is running out of money. They not making the money. So they said, well, we don't have to put this money up. Turkey going to pay for it. We could just get the money from Turkey. That way we ain't got to worry about going to our network to get this money. So I think it's the other way around. I think these other guys are losing money and PBC is steady making money because if we look at the biggest cars that was put on last year was done by PBC. It wasn't done by Turkey. He lost money at every car he put on. PBC, they made money at every car they put on.
Mm. Well, I wanted to say like, and I'm like, I'm in the middle with this Turkey Island Sheik. I'm just watching, like, because I agree with Crush and D Free, and I also agree with Brother BN as well. You know what I mean? I think that Turkey's gonna make a push to make us give us the fights we want, but like the brother said, uh, the fights that I wanted was the Bivol and Arthur and the what was the other one? Free.
This is a sick Negro. This is a sick Negro.
And
This is a
Tyson and Usyk.
Yeah, Tyson and Usyk. And like D Free just said, I don't think that PBC's running out of money. I think it got a lot to do with Al Heyman's health. And but there's rumors that the Benavidez and Morrell fight did $150, you know. So I don't think that's bad for them two guys. So I don't think that PBC's running out of money. But on the flip side, I'm not gonna just, you know, just kick Turkey out of the way. I'm gonna watch and see what he do for 2025, and if he gives me the best fights, then I'm gonna roll with him. You know what I mean? I'm like, cool. He give me the fights. Maybe I don't want him out in Riyadh, but whatever. You know what I mean? But I just want to see fights. So maybe he does the right thing, but I don't know. But I agree with my other two brothers when they said he only gave us the two fights that I want. Like the brother said, how you know how he give me the fights that I want. You know what I'm saying? I 100% agree with that. But I also agree with Brother BN too. Like I think that he's making a push, and hopefully he sticks around and do the right thing.
I'll say this before we go to our next topic. I think with the whole PBC run out of money, we've been hearing that since the beginning of time. So shout out to BNN. I appreciate that propaganda about my brother from Cleveland. Um, they say that about all the time with blacks, you know, we run out of money. But I'll say this: the thing that gets me with Turkey is his matchmaking. His matchmaking is terrible. You bring Deontay Wilder off a long layoff in there with Joseph Parker, who had 5 fights in that 1 year, got beat to death. And then you reward Deontay Wilder with the fight with Zilli Zhang, he gets beat to death. You even had him go out and say, hey, he asked David Benavidez, which is on record. You know, we're not like a lot of people. We're not gonna, you know, play the video, but David Benavidez said, hey, I can't make 160. So just those little things right there, I feel like he's trying to sell names. And when you're trying to sell names, that doesn't work because we seen that same strategy with HBO when they went bankrupt. When the greatest commentator of all time, Jim Lampley, said, "We pick who people want to see, not the fans. No, the fans pick who you want to see." So for me, I would just say I just think Turkey's clueless about this game, and it shows over and over again. Like, you know, putting him in there with Ottawa Lane, easy fight. He bought Francis Ngannou in there to fight AJ Tyson Fury. Like, what was that for? That was like some wrestling stuff. So my whole thing with him when it comes to Turkey, I just think he hold on one second, we gotta mute somebody got some background. I think when it comes to Turkey, no matter how you stretch it, he really just is kind of out of his league, and I don't think he knows what he's doing, man. But that's just me. But my next question would be, anybody can start this next one is what Turkey is doing with Turkey buying the media. Is it good that Turkey controls all the boxing media at this point?
I
I
mean,
would love to talk about that one. I think that would make it just like it'll make it just like MMA, man. It'd be like Dana White.
Go ahead.
It'll be the same thing like MMA, just like Dana White. Once you have it like that, then it'll be like that one person that basically it'll be controlled the same way, man. Then you'll have more fights more often, man. These guys will have to do things your way. Once you have it, um, just like Dana White, basically, once you have it, um, once you have that kind of control, like I'm trying to explain it, man. I'm trying to better explain it. Once you have full control that way,
Hmm.
um, like Dana White, basically. Excuse me, I just took it off the tripod. Basically, once you have it that way, it's more of I forgot the name. How it's a certain name. It's a certain name for that.
You talking about
Um,
one governor head, one
You talking
governor
about the
body?
monopolize it?
like monopolizing it.
Yeah.
It's called monopolizing it. Once he monopolized it and he have it that way, basically he could basically tell these guys when they're gonna fight, and he could have them to fight when they'll be fighting more often when he want them to fight, who they want them to fight, and he'll be controlling it fully. These guys won't be their own boss at all,
Hmm.
totally, and it's going in that direction. And that's pretty much how Dana White has it right now with MMA.
Yeah.
He pretty much governs those guys 100%. And if you look at boxing and the direction it's going in that direction right now, slowly but surely. Slowly but surely, it's going in that direction. And I think that's the direction that Turkey Al-Sheikh is trying to bring it in by that one governing body. Watch what I tell you.
What you got? What you got on this prize? Go ahead, prize. Then I'm gonna have my man crush it. Then free to finish this up.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with the brother just said. Like, he made some really good points. Like, and that's the way boxing should be. Ain't no ducking because ain't no other sports you can duck in. You can't duck in football. You can't duck in the NBA. You can't duck in baseball and hockey. Soccer, you can't duck. You know what I mean? Boxing, the only sport you can duck. You know what I mean? So if he's going to do that and make that happen and buy all the sanctioning bodies out, because they're problems as well. You know what I mean? If you can get rid of that kind of garbage, that extra weight, then and make it one over umbrella, and then you have like a shield, like how what I mean is a shield, like how the NFL logo, the NBA shields or whatever. If you can do that, then now boxing we gonna see who the real deal is, and you gonna find out it's a lot of suckers. You know what I mean? And I don't mind if boxing be strict like that. You can't. I want drug testing to be taken serious. It's a bunch of things you could do. You know what I mean? So I feel like I don't have a problem with boxing being under one umbrella. That's my dream because I don't care if the brothers don't want to fight, and if they do get knocked out, so what? You know what I mean? It's gonna be like that. You know what I mean? The rank is going to matter. The belts are going to matter. Stuff is going to matter. You know what I mean? Because like people free to tell you belts how free can break it down and tell you how belts don't matter, bro. But I feel him and he's 100% right, but I don't feel that way. So if everything is under one umbrella, ain't no more ducking. And if Turkey makes it to where ain't no more ducking, I'm all for it. But if he's like what some of the other brothers be saying, just around for it a minute, being a controversial, he gonna get in and get out because he's known to quit things, then I don't want him here. And that's it.
This is a sick Negro.
But go ahead, crush. What you got on this, man? I think crush fell out. Go ahead, free. What you got, brother?
You said Turkey's buying up all of the media.
Yes, yes. Mike Coppinger is under him. He
I
bought Ring
mean,
Magazine.
see
Um,
that.
announced the deal with the he announced a deal with a bunch of guys who cover boxing.
Yeah,
That's
see that I don't like. I don't like. Media is supposed to be individual people that have their own opinion on the sport. That's what the media is supposed to be.
mhm.
You're buying up the media is so you can push a narrative. That's not good for the sport. Pushing a narrative is not good for the sport. They going I mean, it's almost like what we have now when the ESPN fight commentators talk. It's like everybody that's not part of ESPN are garbage fighters or they scared or this or that. And it's the same thing that goes on with all these other media people when they have a favorite, they're going to push their favorite. They're not going to push what actually makes sense. And this the whole thing that goes with right now what we got with the Bud Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. I don't know how much the actual money is that Canelo was getting paid, but if you giving Canelo somewhere around 200 million, like the reports is that he's supposed to be getting 200 million. Last time I checked, Canelo Alvarez said, if you want me to fight David Benavidez, give me 200 million. Why he's not fighting David Benavidez? Why is he fighting Bud Crawford?
Yeah, that's a good point. Um,
Free just killed
I'll
it.
bring this up too before we go to our next subject. I think the thing with Turkey that people are not understanding is that you see a smile, you see a guy playing the novice, but I think the devil is when the details behind the scenes. Because if he'll mislead the press on purpose, you heard him doing all that line to Mike Coppinger where he said, "Oh, Canelo's not gonna fight Jake Paul." But Canelo just used that whole Jake Paul situation to negotiate more money out of Turkey. So it's like he's almost running around here making what you would call cell phone deals. Say what you want about PBC or Top Rank, you don't hear nothing from them guys until it's done. You don't hear anything until it's finished. Like you heard
Right.
Turkey come out and say he did a deal with Canelo in 5 minutes. You know that's BS because the thing I don't understand is no one has made money from working with Canelo. The Zone lost a ton of money. They had to go. It went so far they went to arbitration. Before Canelo got with Oscar, he was in arbitration with his previous. I think it was called Triple Tops or something. I can't think of it. It was a small promotion. He bankrupted them and left them and came to Oscar. So Canelo has always been one of those guys who's going to take the fights that he wants to take, and he's never going to give you the fights that make you any money. And now he's getting these $35 million paydays. I think it's been even worse for him because no one wanted to see him fight Berlanga. No one wanted to see him fight Hamid Mugia. So I just think Canelo showed you before, hey, I'm not loyal and I'm not going to give you the biggest fights. Does that bother you guys that Canelo has went out of his way not to give us the big fights? What do you guys think?
I don't. It doesn't bother me. What bothers me is the promoters allow him to do it because they say, oh, he's a big draw, so we're gonna go ahead and bite the bullet and let him fight who he want to fight because we know we're gonna make money. We know he's gonna bring fans in the seats. But if you really want to push for your fighter, because Canelo is just freelancing, he out here, whoever give him the best deal, that's where he's going. So he's out here freelancing, and you actually have fighters signed to you, and you want to push that fight. You need to be having him. Okay, well, we're going to sign a deal with you, but you have to fight this fighter here in the midst of that deal. You have to fight this fighter. We'll give you a fight here that you want. We'll give you a fight there that you want. But in the middle, it's somewhere in between, you gotta fight this guy because he's been trying to fight you and you avoiding him. That's what I'm saying with the whole Turkey situation. Canelo Alvarez came out and said, if you want me to fight David Benavidez, give me 150 to $200 million. Well, the report says he's getting $200 million to fight Bud Crawford. Why is he not fighting David Benavidez? That's what I don't understand. David Benavidez is it's known that PBC has lent fighters to Turkey to fight on his card. This ain't the first time he got fighters right now that's about to fight on the card that's with PBC, but they on the Turkey card because PBC lends their fighters out to whoever. Y'all want to make the fight? Fine. We're sending that fighter over there. We ain't got no problem sending our fight over there. See, the thing with PBC is nobody is signed to a promotional deal with PBC.
Hmm.
Yeah, they under the umbrella of PBC, but they're not signed to a promotional deal. So they free to go wherever they need to go to make a fight. And everybody paint this narrative that you gotta fight on PBC. No, you don't have to. If they negotiate the fight on PBC, then they negotiate the fight on PBC. But it's been proven that they will put fighters in other promotional companies to have a fight. We saw Sean Porter go over to Top Rank. We saw Deontay Wilder go over to Queensbury. I mean, DeJohn.
That's
We
it.
we
Mhm.
No, that
yeah
was after the deal. You mean Top Rank?
yeah we seen them give.
Yeah.
We just saw daggone Cool Boy go over to daggone Top Rank. He
Mhm.
went over there to fight Monster anyway. He was the champion.
Yeah,
So
right.
they let their fighters go fight where the fight is at. They say, okay, that's the fight you want. Okay, as long as you give us our portion of what we pay for. I mean, what we charge you for our what is it called? Advisor. As long as Al Heyman get his advisor money, he's
Hmm.
like, okay, I'm gonna advise you not to, but if that's what you want to do, so be it.
So I got a question specifically for my man being in boxing because he brought up something about PBC. Well, I'm gonna ask you this, being in. Do you blame Al Heyman for helping these guys get their own promotional companies so they can circumvent the fees and keep more of their money? What do you think?
No, I mean that's business. Business is business. As long as he's making his money, that's just how he's been that way. Remember, he just manages these guys, man. So that's just business.
But what I'm saying is they say he's broke, but because salute
Who's
to me and
broke?
hardcore pulling up, I say this. I think the thing that people don't realize, he's just trying to make the best fights and he's trying to do right by these kids. And I wonder, why does the man who try to do right by these kids get so much flack? Can you tell me that?
Mm.
And they remember, people don't understand what's going on because he's not all in the videos. They don't really understand who he is. So if
Hmm.
they don't understand the whole picture of the business, they're gonna always assume that's the whole deal. The reason why I said the things that I see is because of what's been going on. And Deontay Wilder and a couple of other fighters said some things recently, as of recent. I mean, you could probably YouTube it.
Right.
They pretty much said some things as of recently
Yeah, I
that
heard.
the money not there no more. You know, it's been said recently. It's been said. It's out there.
Yeah, for sure. For
The
sure.
money's not there with the PBC no more. You know,
Um, I hear that. I hear that. And I only can
I don't
speak
believe it.
from my limited view as a fan and in a boxing forum. I guess my thing is this. So okay, if he is broke, right? We just
I
seen
don't think it's. I don't
no,
think
but no, I'm
anybody's
not.
broke.
No, I'm just not. Let me finish. I'm not saying he's broke. Let's just say that the company don't have the money. How's that? Say the company don't have the money. They say you don't have. I would say it wouldn't matter when you just seen him partner up with the biggest platform in the world, Amazon Prime, because people forgetting it may not be the fights you want, so to speak, but we just seen Tank Davis sign a big deal with him. We didn't get the actual factuals on it, but that's what Tank says. And I've never really known any fighters to make up nothing as far as no money. So he says he got a nice deal with him. And I don't know if people know this, but there's something on the pike. I can't tell you. I can't tell you for sure, but from what I'm hearing, Errol Spence is coming back with a brand new deal with Amazon Prime, and they say they got Errol Spence back to 100%. His training situation is being taken care of. So that being said, if they're running out of money, and everybody, whoever they say owes them, who has a debt with PBC, says PBC doesn't owe me any money, can it be just that people hate Al Heyman?
Yeah, nobody never really
No, I'm
complained
actually
about the
being in
money.
that because I'm actually being in that because I'm just trying to play devil's advocate on that. What do you think, being in?
They don't understand it, man, because they don't know the man. Remember,
Right.
when people don't know you,
Hmm.
they gonna make a bunch of assumptions, man. So yeah, that's the whole deal with Al Heyman, bro. Nobody knows anything about Al Heyman. Remember, there's about two or three pictures floating around with Al Heyman. Do people
For
know
sure.
exactly who he is or if that's really him? They
Mm,
don't know.
for sure. For sure.
Now, what I will say is, I'm thinking it's more so these fighters saying the money is not there. What I'm thinking is not that the money's not there. I think the money that they're looking to get for a fight is not there for them for whatever reason. Maybe they're not a big seller anymore. Maybe
Hmm.
they not that draw that they once was. Like Deontay Wilder, he sat out of the ring for what, a year, almost 2 years before he got back in there with Joseph. No, not Joseph Parker. With Hellenius. He set out for almost, I think it was like 16, 17 months. And then he turned around and set out another year layoff, a little bit longer than a year when he got in there with Joseph Parker. So maybe the draw power for Deontay Wilder is not there like it once was because they can't, they ain't nobody trying to get in the ring with Deontay Wilder because they'd have no reason to get in the ring with him now. At one time, he had the belt. He was undefeated. He was knocking everybody out. It was a factor of getting in the ring. Can I be the first person to beat him? Can I take his belt from him? Now that he's been beaten and he doesn't have a belt anymore, it's not a push to fight Deontay Wilder. Why am I going to fight him when I can go get another fight over here to make the same amount of money with a lesser risk? So the money might be there. It just might not be there for that fighter. The money might not be there for that fighter.
So I'll say this: do you guys think the infrastructure of boxing that Turkey's creating, where guys get overpaid, so to speak, doesn't that create more people like Buster Douglas who get fat and wealthy and don't ever come back? Or do you guys think this the current infrastructure of you get paid well and as you do better, you make more? What do you guys think? How do you guys think? Because I feel like what Turkey's doing is unsustainable because I believe it's more of a religious mission and it's not just about them making money. I think they want to bring more people to Islam. I think they want to make themselves a tourist attraction. So I'm not sure if money is in the equation. And if that's the case, that's not sustainable. What do you guys think?
Well, I'm gonna say this.
Word.
I don't know what his mission is, but I'm gonna say this. I don't think it's to help the American fight fans. Period. About these fighters getting paid, that's what they supposed to. So wherever they get their money from, I don't care. Neither should y'all. No matter where they get their money from, we shouldn't worry about that. Long we see a damn fight.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but far as anything else, um, just like any other sport, it makes them lazy because when you pacify them and you give them more than what they deserve at the time, it makes them lazy. So next thing you know, we'll be going back into the same argument. We already arguing about nobody ain't fighting no damn body, which
Mm-hmm.
some of that is cat. But then we'll
Right.
be talking about, oh well, when it's gonna focus some fight, why so and so only fighting once every 23 months or 17 months because of some of these reasons besides reasons that matter.
Mm-hmm.
They get comfortable. Ask Keith Thurman. Besides the injuries, and then they only come back when the money get low. See,
Mm-hmm.
because they they
Facts.
they live with, they got that money, but they don't live smart. They live above their means. Y'all
Mm-hmm.
keep falling for the same okie doke as boxing fans. What
Mm-hmm.
you paying attention to and what you really not paying attention to. But what you're not really paying attention to that a lot of times you arguing for cats and you being suckered by them most of the time. So I don't fall into that trap nor that nonsense.
Right,
But
Yeah,
sure.
and see that's
go ahead.
my whole thing with the whole Turkey situation is I have no problem him paying the money that he pays for these fighters. My thing is I don't care what company you are.
Mm-hmm.
You only going to invest and not see profit for so long.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually they're gonna say, okay, you know what? We lost enough money. We're not losing no more money because yeah, they got billions and trillions of dollars over there. But
Mm-hmm.
if you keep giving it away, it ain't gonna be no billions and trillions of dollars over there anymore.
Like the
That money,
zone, D free. Remember how the zone
yeah,
came
that,
out
that
with all
money,
that
that
money?
the one thing, I mean, all you got to do is ask MC Hammer. You giving your
Yeah.
money away, yeah, you making hundreds of millions of dollars, but if you keep giving it away, next thing you know, you look at your bank account, you only got $3,000 in there.
And that's why the zone subscription is what it is, because they came in burning billions,
And,
billions,
and
and they
salute and
got
salute and
cooked.
salute to my brother man Pops. Um, he brought up a good point. Jay Harkar brought up a good point. You know, PBC did just sign $1 billion deal with Amazon, a
Yeah.
partnership, not just a deal, a partnership. And people don't realize that Al Heyman was responsible for a lot of big concerts last year. Um, is he doing it full time like he once did? No, but I do know that they wanted Al to kind of get back into promoting these concerts as a coincide with his boxing. So you can see that. So you say Al Heyman is this and that and broke. I'll just say this: it's just pure hate. It's pure hate. It's just like now, whenever you pick up you look at a article, it's always something super negative about Tank Davis. It's almost like they used to call it. What did my man Mike Tyson call him? A trash article. It's because you know what? It's not because of Tank. It's because of what he represents. Because if you go to Amazon, right, and you go to boxing, you'll see a picture of Tank Davis, not Canelo, not even Tio. Nobody. You see a picture of Tank Davis. You go look at the ESPN app on boxing. There's no picture of T.O. or anybody that's with them, or in a way, you just see a regular picture of a guy in blue boxing pants. So I think what we missing is PBC only gives you fights that make money. Say what you want about the David versus David fight, but that fight made money. And I feel like
Yeah.
Al Heyman has shown you we're gonna do what's been working for 300 years. We're only gonna give you fights that make money. Say what you want. Guess what?
We're saying 150 BVO. That's pretty good.
Why is Tank going back to Brooklyn? Because he sold a mofo out every time he go. The mofo almost sold out now, if not already. So
Probably sold out.
and that's what secondary companies buying all the tickets and reselling them. So we can say what we want about Al Heyman, whatever the case may be, but I think the thing that we missing is that Turkey can't do what he's doing because he doesn't know the game. Just think of this. He asked David Benavidez, "Can you go to 160 and fight Terrence Crawford?" Only a novice would think that was possible. Am I wrong? What you guys think about it? Him
Nope.
being
That's
a novice
nasty
like
work.
that is not good for him
No,
because go ahead.
I just think that the you got to think about it. Like, what fight is going to make the most amount of money? Now, Canelo Alvarez and Bud Crawford is going to make money. It's going to make money, but it's not going to make the money that he's paying Canelo Alvarez and Bud Crawford. It's not going to make that money, but it's going to make money on a regular scale. Like, if you was to get, oh, that's, uh,
You got it.
but
Go ahead.
if you was to pay Canelo Alvarez the normal money that he was getting, which was 35 million, and you
Mhm.
was to pay Bud Crawford somewhere around 15 to 20 million dollars. Let's just say, just use that as a ballpark figure. They probably could make they probably could sell close to 1 million pay-per-view buys. I think it's going to sell somewhere around 700 to 800,000 pay-per-view buys, just because of the two demographic that's fighting, and the fan base that Canelo has.
Salute,
So
Ace.
I think it's going to sell somewhere between 800 to 700,000. But if you was to have David Benavidez versus